And we are live. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the HackSmarter Twitch channel. My name is Tyler, or if you're watching this after the fact, welcome to my YouTube page. It is good to have you hanging out with me this evening. Totally a surprise stream. This is not planned. This is not scheduled, but I was like, hey, I want to do some TryHackMe, and let me just jump on Twitch and invite anyone who wants to do it with me to come along for the learning journey. So, hey, guys, what we are going to do, let me go ahead and share my screen and show you how I got to this page. So on TryHackMe, if you click the learn up here, the main thing that you're going to see here is a learning pass, right? So like I've done the red teaming pass, some of these learning pass here, but I was just looking around like, hey, what are some things on TryHackMe I haven't done? And I actually back up. And I was looking at these series. I've done most of these series. Like I've done all of Overpass. I've done all of pen testing tools. I've done all of breaking windows. So I've done a lot of these series, but there was this WindCorp one I've never looked at before, rated as insane. So it says this: we try to make these boxes as lifelike as possible based on our own experiences, frustrations, and amazements. Most of the things you encounter, we have encountered as well, or we have found a shiny new exploit that we have tried out and like to share it with you. And so I thought, hey, that sounds kind of fun. So I went ahead and enrolled in this, so you can do this with me. And the first room actually looks like it's free, this raw. So that's where we're at. Now, before I jumped on stream, I've really only done two things. I got connected to the TryHackMe VPN, and I started this machine because since it's Windows, at least I'm guessing it's Windows, it takes a little bit longer to boot. So I just gave it some time to start up. And what we'll do, let's go ahead and read through the story. You have gained access to the internal network of WindCorp, the multi-billion-dollar company running an extensive social media campaign claiming to be unhackable. So much for that claim. Next step would be to take their crown jewels and get full access to their internal network. You've spotted a new Windows machine that may lead you to your end goal. Can you conquer this end boss and own their internal network? Happy hacking. Give it at least 5 minutes to boot. Over on the chat, HunterBot said WindCorp is nice. Oh, sweet. So you've done it. So maybe you can help me when I get completely stuck. He said it's hard to. And cool. I probably only stream for like an hour because I'm starting way later than I usually do. So we're totally not going to probably even complete this room in the next hour. And honestly, maybe we'll just be stuck. But if we learn something, if we learn at least one thing, then that is the win. It looks like we're looking for 3 different flags. And let's go ahead and just get our notes started for this. So I'm going to grab this IP. I'll pull my notes over here. And this one's just called raw, right? That's what this room's called. Okay. So we'll just call it that. If I can find my mouse, there we go. And so we'll start adding some notes based on what services are open, but let's go ahead and grab that IP and let's save it to Etsy host as well. So we'll do sudo pluma Etsy host. And let's just drop this IP in here. raw.thm. Okay, make sure we can ping it. Okay, so far so good. So let's begin with a standard nmap scan. We'll scan all the ports just because there might be some hidden service on a port that's not a common port. If you just do a regular nmap scan, it only scans the top 1,000 most common ports, if my memory serves me correct. We'll drop the IP in. We'll do -V for verbose mode. We could do T5 to speed it up, but sometimes we'll miss some services that are running. So we'll just start with this scan, and let's see what comes back. So right away I can see it is, yeah, likely a Windows machine based on the ports that are coming back. We have a DNS server. So this must be maybe an AD machine. Possibly. Oh yeah, their domain controller. Okay, yeah, so it is a domain controller. Oh man, it's been a while since I've done AD stuff, so we'll have to review my notes from. There was a period of time when I was studying for the OSCP where I did like most of the AD 101 series on Hack the Box, and we spent a lot of time doing AD stuff on TryHackMe. So I might have to review my notes for that. We have a bunch of ports here. I'm actually just going to grab the ports that have come back so far and drop them in a notepad just so I can see them. It's actually on my other screen so you guys don't see this. What I want to do with the ports that we have so far, I'm going to rename this to nmap full, and we're going to let that keep running. But in the meantime, let's do a targeted scan of those specific ports. So we have port 135, port 80, 3389, and you could do this if you did auto recon. It would do this stuff for you. I just like to do it manually. So I'm literally just typing in these ports that were discovered before. And 5263-A for an aggressive scan on this. And raw.thm, that should work as well instead of the IP. And -V, and let's just see what happens here. Found another port. Oh, we found another port there. Interesting. So we might have to check out a few of these other ports, but we'll at least start with these ones. And this scan may take some time. What I do see right away, though, is we have a web server. And so the web server may be a good place to begin just to see, like, hey, what is running on this web server? So let's just begin with that. Let's begin by glancing at whatever is on this web server. Okay, WindCorp. Looks like they're their company portal. So what I want to do while we do this is let's go ahead and open up Burp Suite. Get that already, maybe. That's still doing its thing. That's still doing its thing. That might take a little bit with 10 services running. There's a few interesting ones that we'll attack, and man, this might require like zone transfer since we have DNS. Might require quite a few things. This is the same thing that's running here. Whoops. Oh, and this is asking for a sign-in. Okay, interesting. So that asks for a sign-in. If we get some type of creds, we might be able to get access to that. Okay, and this is done, at least our initial scan. So let's go ahead and grab these results and start glancing through these as well. So a lot of things going on here. Copy that, pull open our notes. Make this big because we'll spend a little bit of time now just getting our notes organized so we're ready for the rest of our attacks. And remember, there's a few services that won't be included in here, so we'll have to come back to those. So we have DNS running. We have HTTP running here on port 80. There's at 443. And that's what was requiring authentication. Some SMB. VM RDP, interesting. A Jabber server. We'll have to research some possible attack vectors for that. So we have quite a few services running. Let me glance back at our scans again. So port 593, let's just go ahead and hit that real quick. Was it 593, right? And while that does its thing, let's organize this. So we'll. I wish there's a hotkey to do this in OneNote, but there's not. So we'll call this DNS 53, and just paste in the results there. And each one of these we're going to make subpages just for organization. Now this first stream might just be us setting everything up for us to further attack this. We'll see. So these all kind of go together. All like SMB type stuff here. Let's call it all SMB. And then we had some SMB enumeration, so let's grab that information too, which was down here. Signing is enabled and required. Okay, what else do we have? We have port 443, and that's what it was asking us for credentials. So it's HTTPS. We'll just say add that as a note for later. When we come back to it, what else do we have? Don't even know what that is, but let's make sure we grab this for further exploration as we dig deeper into this domain controller. So we'll call this VMRDP 2179. And we got RDP here. In my mind, it's going to take me a little bit back to this. Like, I've been so focused, guys, on learning AWS pen testing. I made some custom tools for enumeration. But that's, as my friend Callie Mack said, you know, my head's been in the clouds. So I've really been focused on AWS type stuff. So I might be a little slow in the beginning here to get back to these more standard attacks. Isn't Jabber like a phone system? I remember using it at a place I worked. Unless this Jabber is something different. Oh, why didn't that? Subpage dog. Oh, we probably don't need to copy that down. There'll probably be a few things like that. Okay. Anything that we missed, right? Enumeration is key. Let me start burp up. Oh, that's just that. That's probably not that important. Oh, my goodness. Oh, we got Kerberos running. How many ports and services? I should have just outputted this. Honestly. Okay, well, I'm glad to see this. Kerberos is going to be important. All right, here's what we're going to do. Screw it. We'll just let the scan run for a while. And we'll just do... we could do the top. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Yeah, screw it. We'll just let the scan run for a while. If we do... If we do something like, is it ON to output it? I think. And then we can specify the file maybe. I think. So if we do that and we just call it scans.txt, does that work? All right, I think it does. So we'll just let it output to that. But in the meantime, we'll start with some of the services we have. Oh, shoot. Am I not even in a folder? Oh, dumb. I'm actually going to start that over. I need to create a folder for this. So cd TryHackMe and make directory WindCorp and make directory raw. Okay, that will take a while. Oh, did that not work? I'd assume I would see it there. Doesn't it create the file right away? Did I not do that properly? Usually I just like copied into my own notes. Input file name, host. I thought it was just ON. Time and performance, firewall, output. Output scan in normal, XML, script. We should have done it in script kiddie. And greppable format respectively to the given file name. That's what I did, right? Yeah. Maybe it's working. Maybe it'll just take some time before it starts actually creating the file. All right. Well, let's dig into some stuff some more. So we have this website here. We have a search feature. Does it actually do anything? I don't think it's really doing anything. We could find out if we just turn on proxy and turn this on. Let's just play around with it for a little bit. Hello. Oh, it's emailing. Okay. Well, this is interesting. So a few things here. We have a username, and we should add this to our Etsy host file. Let's go ahead and grab a screenshot of this and drop it in our notes on our HTTP right here. And this is just us browsing it. So we have username enumeration, EDLTRUT at fire.windcorp.thm, and then we want to add fire.windcorp.thm to our Etsy host file. So let's go ahead and do that. And we get more than one if we just put a space between them. Fire.windcorp.thm, like that. All right, now what happens if I send this? And we're getting an image back. And it's on port 9090. So what if I try to navigate to it? Ooh, we have an admin console here. Okay, well, isn't that interesting? Let's go ahead and add that to our notes. So we'll just do a new page here. What is this? Open Fire. We'll grab the URL so we have it. And a few things to pay attention to. We'll want to look up this version number right there. So let's copy that and drop it into our notes. And, I don't really have any big goals, so we'll just kind of go wherever these threads go. All right, so we find stuff interesting. Let's just dig into it and see what we can learn. So we have OpenFire version this. Let's copy that. And if we look at this, we have a URL here. Sometimes you could do SSRF or something with the URL tag like this. I doubt that is the true here. We're running JSP, so JavaScript. Is there default admin password? What is the default? The default password is admin, but always prompt. Please enter the current password. I checked the data. Is RPM the username? Let's see. OpenFire default creds. Obviously, other people are looking for exploits. The default password is admin. Okay, is the username admin too? Is it just admin? Let's find out. Come on. Or could it possibly be, we have that user, and make this a sub page. We have this guy, Edeltrot, and it was making a request to him. Ooh, you provided what appears to be an email address. Consider just using the user part. Typical things just use admin. That's helpful information. Okay. So probably not default creds. Although what are default creds? Oh, so this is a database? I mean, what is OpenFire? Let's look that up. Real-time collaboration server license under the open source Apache license. Instant messaging and group chat server for the extendable message and presence protocol. It's written in Java and licensed under the Apache license 2.0. Okay. Admin and admin. So default creds must not be right. I'm guessing the creds have to do something with the user that's being passed over to that when we search. Let's very quickly see if there are any exploits. What was it? 4 point something, 4.5.1? Yeah. Ooh. Let's check these out. OpenFire auth bypass. Oh, this is pretty old. All right, I don't think this will work. I'm not even going to try it. Has been tested against 3.6.0. I'm sure they would have fixed it in the latest one. What's this? Oh, so this is via searching. We have some cross-site scripting. Probably not going to be the way to do it on this box, but in the real world, that'd be something we want to pay attention to. I'm guessing it's not some easy exploit to get into this. This reset password. Well, first, what happens now? So if I type test and I hit search, nothing really happens. What about reset password? Oh. Interesting. I wonder how all of this is passed. Let's go ahead and grab that username. So we have this guy. I wonder if it'd be his full name. So let's grab that. And I just want to see what this request looks like. So if we turn our proxy back on. Okay, we're sending a post request to check.asp. There's our host, origin reset. We have our session ID, node 9, so telling us what node or something it's using. Question 1 and secret cat. So send. Wrong username and or secret. Okay. Well, something to make note of. There's a password reset functionality on that main page. If we did some social engineering, might be able to reset some people's password. So that's interesting. Let's keep digging around this website. Our computer systems are always kept updated. Backups, don't worry, we got your back. Your documents are safe and easy to use. Oh, look at that. Use more username enumeration. We have a bunch of emails. Those are weird usernames for a business. Brown ostrich, tiny goose, Emil, that's a normal one. Edward. Why do they got such weird names down there? We have our HR department. If I just view the page source, seeing if there's anything interesting here. Otherwise, we'll just copy down those names. All right, we have them all right here. The JID. Trying to think of those that come handy for us. They might. I mean, I'm sure they will. Depending on how far we get on the machine later on. Probably not today, but they might come in handy later. And we'll clean that up later, but we just know that we have username enumeration there, which all seems to be going to the open fire stuff right there. So these must be users on the open fire client. All right, I recognize it's going to port 9090. You know, we could try password spraying type stuff, things like that. But for now, let's just keep performing our enumeration. I did not mean to click that. Okay. This just seems to be a static page. If we look at Burp Suite over here, we have some very basic things here. Nothing real cool, I don't think. If we click View Details, just as we've been clicking around, what does it all have for details? Anything cool? Clear text submission of password. You know, these are all things in a real pen test we would report these. Like we would report the vulnerable JavaScript dependency. Is this a session cookie? Yeah, so this is a session cookie without HTTP only flag set. We would submit that, unencrypted communications. A lot of these things, if this is a legit pen test, we'd write these up as lows or informationals. We'd check the clickjacking stuff. Just showing you guys, like in a real pen test, all of these things matter. When we're doing a CTF, you know, we're just trying to quote-unquote pwn the machine. But in a legit pen test, it's a much more holistic approach, and we're looking at the entire security of the web application or the client. But for this, ooh, what's this? Was it just a Google? Okay, never mind. That's not interesting. That's all Google stuff. That must have just been when I was browsing other things. Oh, I was looking at I was looking at things for other websites. I should set my scope just to WindCorp.thm, although I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there's other vhosts or whatever, so I'm not going to set my scope. Okay. So here's our target. I mean, we have two right here. So we have this one and we have this one. So the clear text submission of password and then some clickjacking stuff and cookie without HTTP only flag set. Let's keep browsing around. I mean, I think we kind of hit everything on here. Are these just static? Okay, so far we have some usernames that we can go off of. We could try some basic attacks. Let me pull up our scans here. So we have HTTP here. We have this user. Things are being passed. HunterBot just said, I submitted a bug bounty recently for an LFI, but I wasn't able to read any files outside of var www, or so I thought. I could only enumerate folders. They rated it as an informational. Dude, that's exciting, though. Was it like a paid bug bounty? Be curious. Was it through like HackerOne or a different platform? And I was also curious, I have so many questions for you. You were looking into Synac Red Team, right? Did you end up following up with that? And if so, what was that process like for you? Oh, shoot, this is a Windows Admin Center. Huh. Let's check this out. Is it still doing its thing? Is it done? Okay, here's our scans.txt. Now we can see what services are open. MSRPC. Dude, there's so many things on this box. It's going to take me so long to actually enumerate through here. Okay, what did we all miss? Yeah, there's Kerberos. Kerberos is going to be important. All right, let's just copy all of this and see if we can begin parsing through it. Mail server? Oh, yeah. There's so many things to attack. Like, I don't even know where to start. And I suppose we'll just kind of go through this and spend a little bit of time on each service seeing what we can get. Now, once again, if we treat this like a legit pen test, we want to be holistic. So we want to test the security of every service, even if it's not like, hey, we're not going to get, root through this particular service. And then we'll fill in the ones we didn't. HunterBot said, no VPT, non-paid, HackerOne. Yeah, I'm on the background check stage waiting for the results of that. Dude, that's exciting stuff, though. When I looked into Sidnac Red Team, it looked pretty legit. Just try typing over in the chat. Okay. Let's sort this out. So we know we have that. Kerberos we need to add, so let's go ahead and add a service for that, just so we don't forget to enumerate. $389, we got LDAP. That'll be important as well, so let's drop that. We'll put it by Kerberos. Don't think that'll be much use to us. We have LDAP SSL. We can just add that here. What port is that again? 636. We got the VM RDP. We got LDAP again on 3268. $3269. And then, of course, RDP, we have that Jabber server, which we have recorded, right? 5263, what's that one? So 5222 is also Jabber, eh? 5223 as well. So 5222 and 5223. The freak is Jack's flow. This feels like the OSCP with so many services running on one box. Oh man, all right. There's our normal jabber that we had. Wait, 5262. Oh, and 5263. Jeez. Default Sec said, I got late to the stream, but how do you tell if a particular port or service should be its separate page in the notes? So everybody does their notes differently. For me, what I do, so on this main page right here, I literally just paste all of Nmap, but then I create a separate sub page for every service. So literally every service that's running, I have a separate sub page for. It just helps my brain stay organized, but everybody does their notes differently. The way I'm doing it definitely takes way more time, honestly. But it helps me so I don't miss stuff, which is really important when I took the OSCP, just because enumeration is such a big deal in the OSCP. This way I did not miss anything and passed it. So we have this Wildfire XMPP client on 5269. Okay. So let's drop that in here. Wildfire XMPP 5269. And guys, I should be on stream probably tomorrow during the day, and we'll keep working through this box. I have a pen test I'm just finishing up, but I basically have the report done. So once I finish the report, I should have some time to jump on stream. So if you guys are online tomorrow during the day, I'll probably keep working through this. That's 5270 as well. This is gonna be like a real like full week pen test to finish this machine because of all the services that are open. Okay, 52. So there's Jabber again. How many ports does Jabber have? My goodness. I'm not going to add these other Jabber ports. We know Jabber's running. Ooh, we have a web server here. We have a Jetty web server on both of these ports, eh? SOX 5, Zeus admin. Oh, we know that one. We already kind of dug into that one. Let's grab these down. $7070 and 7443. Actually, I like this better. SOX 5, no authentication. Connection failed. Isn't SOX 5 a proxy? And there's that admin box we were already on. And there's that mail server we were looking at before. Oh, let's move this right here just to keep our numbers straight. So many services. XML, TAC XML, mail. Wow. Okay. I think we finally have all of the ports enumerated here. So this first HTTP port is what we're looking at. So what stands out to me here is we have some username enumeration. This might come up later. We have this Edeltrot person. When we attempted to search, it passed it to him for some reason. And then we have more username enumeration. I'll clean this up, but we have emails, and then we also have names right here, as you can see. So a little more username enumeration. That's all I see in that initial HTTP port. On HTTPS, our initial sign and request credentials. I am curious what this looks like in Burp Suite. So if we have Burp Suite on, we can close these things out. Do I have proxy turned on? No, let's go and turn on proxy. Oh, maybe if I could spell. We get unauthorized. So it's using is it passing NTLM? So if I go back to this, if I forward this, you see it's passing NTLM authentication here. And we get nothing because we're not unauthorized. Use HTTP 1.1 for the request. No. Okay, interesting. No, we should. Let's go and grab a screenshot of that so we know how it's passing it. I'm going to grab this. We'll copy that. And so we know there's authentication here, something with NTLM. Default sec said someone asked which ports do you want open, and they answered yes. Yeah, dude, basically like, dude, look at all these ports that are open. Like, this is going to take me so long. And I mean, this machine on TryHackMe is in the insane category. Like the series of machines that I just began working through. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. We're gonna have to spend a lot of time just doing enumeration, similar to like a real assessment, seeing what can we find, what would be interesting to us. So I think we can mark off HTTPS there. I don't know even what VM RDP is. Nothing really seems to be there. We could do some like basic banner grabbing, I guess. So we like telnet that beast, raw.thm, and I don't remember the port. What was it? 2179. I don't know. Was it 2179? Yeah. I'm going to ignore that for now. Let's go to other things that might be more interesting. We have RDP. If we get some creds, we'll be able to connect to RDP. We got Jabber running. Jabber server 3.10 or later. Ignite real-time OpenFire Jabber server. So this has something to do with that OpenFire admin console. So we have OpenFire admin console and OpenFire Jabber server. Let's just do some reading about this for our own learning. Like, I've used Jabber before, but it was a phone system. I don't think this is the same thing. Ooh. Oh, shoot. Do I still have proxy on? No, I don't. Why is it being so slow? Speed up, bro. We have CSRF, client-side request forgery, cross-site scripting, file upload information disclosure. Most vulnerabilities need administrator access. So we have cross-site scripting. So this is Pages the administrator panel. We don't have access to that yet. You can reproduce the exploitability with a curl command. Okay, several things in 3.10. Once again, administrator panel, so can't do anything for us there. Just glancing through these. So once again, administrator panel. More cross-site scripting, administrator panel. All right. I don't know if this is going to be client-side request forgery. I mean, sure, cool attack, but doesn't work for us now. Client-side request forgery. Affected versions. Affected versions, fixes, solutions. Where's the file upload thing? Wasn't there a file upload? Did I miss it? Wait, MD5 hash. Authenticated. These are all authenticated attacks. I don't think they're going to be too good for us here. Is this the same thing? Oh, this is a remote file inclusion. Fail. Can we actually hit that? Hold up. So if we go to, I forgot what they even called it. What was it called on port 90? Fire.windcorp.thm. Do you need to be authenticated? Or is it an actual plugin that's... Yeah, so pretty sure we have to be authenticated. We can't just like do this. One way we could test it is if we just do like just listen on port 80. Yeah, okay. So if we get access to this, that'll be good. I mean, if we get access to this, I think there's some neat things that we'd be able to attack it with. Okay, let's switch gears. Oh wait, I didn't look at this, did I? Port 7070. Let's check this out. Open Fire HTTP binding service. So all of this is this Open Fire stuff. They really like fires here. How about 7443? Same thing, I'm guessing. Oops, 7443. Error received. Okay. Is it because I need to make this HTTPS? What the heck is this? Okay, we're not going to read that. Is there an exploit? Let's see, admin console, vulnerabilities and new admin password. Ooh. What's this? Oh wait, 3.82. We're at 4.51. That won't actually be that helpful to us. What's this vulnerability? Come on. I believe in you. Starting not to, though. It's being really slow. Oh, cross-site scripting. Oh, no. Execute an arbitrary malicious URL. Log into the application. Give me something I don't have to log into the application for, you scrubs. Oh, it's a CA certificate page with cross-site scripting payload. That's cool. But not helpful for us right now. Was there any other HTTP ports? Okay. Is this my Active Directory thing? Let me check out my AD notes. As I said before, it's been a while since I've been in AD. So we're probably not going to do this type of poisoning. We don't have a password, so how about making a target user list? We should already have some targets, right? Oh, we could try Noom for Linux. Let's just hit this boost with the Noom for Linux and see what happens. Well, we hit it with that. I mean, that'll maybe provide us some next steps on what we can do. You know, if we can make a user list, that'll be a good place to start. We already have a user list that we can kind of create based on the information we found. We could use RPC client. We could use crackmap exec. I mean, I doubt this way would work. I doubt there's like a null on the SMB server. We could try LDAP search. We could try WinDAP search.py. We could try Kerbroot. We have the domain. And then if we get some valid creds, then we can dig ourselves deeper into it. So far, it's not doing too good for us. Oh, you know what we might want to do? Did I do raw.thm? Let's ping raw.thm. Let's do it by the IP, actually, not what I saved it as. So if we do 10.10.65.114, try that, and let me glance at LDAP real quick in my notes. Is that all it was? Fire.windcorp.thm. Fire.windcorp.thm. What if we enum for Linux on that? That seems to be the name of the machine, right? And if we keep in mind that this is supposed to be a domain controller, oh no, okay. Computer name fire.windcorp.thm, domain name windcorp.thm. I know sometimes the new for Linux I get different results depending on what I drop in the name. Would this work since I saved Etsy host? Fire.windcorp.thm. Don't know if that would make any difference, but Tyler Terrell said, brand spanking new to cyber, hoping to understand what's going on one day. You will, my friend. You will. TryHackMe is a good place to start. I'm doing TryHackMe now, but this is more like just one of their machines that you just dive into without any explanation. But so many good rooms and stuff on TryHackMe that help you understand things. I was new to cyber, dude, just 2-3 years ago. So I have not been in this game very long. I'm still learning. I still feel lost all the time. But if you feel lost, that's good. It means you're learning something new. And it's good to have you hanging out on here. Overgrown Carrot, good to see you, my friend, said LDAP domain dump, also super powerful. Okay, cool. We'll have to check that tool out as well. And guys, I'm going about an hour. I may actually call it. I started a lot later tonight than I usually do, because I had no plan to stream tonight and just felt like, hey, I want to jump into a TryHackMe machine. And I think we're at a good pausing spot. So let's just kind of recap what we have so far. So we have what appears to be a domain controller with like so many services open: DNS, HTTP, Kerberos, LDAP, SMB, HTTPS, VM, RDP, RDP, Jabber, Jacksonville, Wildfire, SOCKS, OpenFire. My goodness. So we're just going to have to take our time to go through these. We've kind of spent some time on HTTP. We have some username enumeration that we could do some password spraying on, things like that. We could try that. I haven't tried zone transfers or anything like that with DNS being open. We have Kerberos. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can attack this domain controller, but I want to take it one step at a time and spend a lot of time on enumeration. I think we got a lot of good enumeration done in this first hour of looking at this machine. So when we dive back into it tomorrow, guys, we'll pick up where we left off, and we might spend some time hitting some AD-specific attacks. And Overgrown Carrot said about LDAP domain dump, it dumps LDAP and puts it in a grep and HTML format. So instead of using the command line, it does it for you. Okay, cool. So I want to actually save this to my notes. So if we just, here's LDAP right here. Let's just add tool to try, LDAP domain dump, and description from the great Overgrown Carrot 1. I'm going to copy his description here from Twitch, and we'll check out this tool once we get to LDAP and see what is all there. But guys, it's getting pretty late where I'm at. Thank you for hanging out. As I said before, I don't know for sure, but I will probably hop on stream sometime tomorrow. I just have to finish up a report for a pen test I'm on. As long as I finish up that report and have some time for research and hanging out with you guys, I'll be back on stream tomorrow, and we'll keep working through this machine. And even if I'm not on tomorrow, next time I stream, I'll keep diving into this. I think this machine's probably going to take us quite a bit of time because of all the services that are open, but I also think it's a good opportunity for learning. So guys, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.